This is the other end of the pipe. So this is the rise that you saw in the previous videos. And repeating myself, what I'm trying to do is get it to get close to connection point. And the connection point is this. This is the old rise. See it going up? So right now the other problem is, well, not a problem, the other issue is this pipe, right, which follow here and you follow down, feeds the water heater. Well, surprisingly, not surprisingly, that's the way they connected it, and it's wrong as it gets. This one's even worse because, well, no, they got a dirt leg back there. So this one's better. They did a better job on this one. The reason for a dirt leg that you see there, you see? So the gas takes a 90-degree turn before it gets to the gas valve. So this one is actually better because what happens when you do a 90-degree turn, the junk that's in the gas, which could be coke, basically it's like spittles of tar. The gas company will change their formula the same way the natural gas will change their formula the same way a car is changed throughout the year. As it gets colder, they make it more volatile. As it gets warmer, they make it less volatile. And what happens when it does that 90-degree turn, it encourages any junk that's in the gas, debris, coke. Again, coke is like a spatter of tar. Imagine tar atomized. And it falls into the bottom of that leg. That's the reason for the dirt leg. If you don't have a dirt leg like this, the junk can get in the valve. And the tolerances where the valve opens and closes are really small. I have actually seen a gas valve go bad because junk came through the natural gas line, got in the valve and got caught in the it's like a solenoid with a, with a plunger, but the clearances are really tight in there. So you can actually get a grain of sand or a piece of dirt or coke, which is tar, get in that valve and the party's over. And by the way, the water heaters have gone through the roof in pricing. It was weird. I got one for $1,400 and then the next week I got it for $800. So the you-know-whos have effed up the supply chains, and the prices are all over. Everything is definitely doubled now in price. So these heaters were probably, this one, I believe it was between $400 and $500, and that was 2017 January. That's about right. This went in around 2017 or 2018, and I believe they were between $400 and $500, something like that, for the heater. Now the same unit I'm seeing anywhere upwards of 8, 9 more. In fact, I can buy a Navion tankless heater for almost the same price as this. The only problem with the tankless is, and I'll measure this, I always make sure, since I have to alter the gas line here, I'm within 30 feet of the meter. If this ever were to go, or either one of these, you might as well get a tankless one, because you're going to save money down the road, and you're going to spend the same money to have 40 gallons of water just sitting there. So I kind of called that one years ago. I had thought that the tankless heaters would catch the tank heaters, and there's no difference in water. People keep having this premonition that if they get a tankless heater, they're not going to have enough hot water. I've seen a family of 6 or 7 on one of them and not have a problem. I do have some clients who have, and what you do is you gang them. If you have more than, if you need that much water, and I mean you have to have probably about 4 people taking a shower simultaneously to really max out a Navion 240, I believe is. And then what you do, if you have more than 8 people, more than 4 bathrooms in the house, you gang them. You gang them together, and you make one the master, and it runs the other. So, or one slave, one master, and you put them in they go in parallel, I believe. And there's a formula for that, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, this long-winded video was to give you an idea of what I have to start off with. And also, when I was talking about the dirt or the coke getting in this thing, this gas valve is probably as much as the heater. So if you were to go buy a new, if you ruin this valve and go buy a new one, you basically pay for half the heater, roughly. So that's why I tell people when they go bad, don't even bother if the heater is more than 5 years old, 6 years old, just get a whole new heater. And now we're at the point that we tell folks, hey, do you want a tankless? Because you get, it's the same money. Tankless used to be way more expensive to put in. Now they have equaled each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing them phase out tank heaters. Because the only place I see that their advantage is in a restaurant. Same thing in a restaurant. If you put tankless in and you gang them, it's just far more efficient than to have like a 200-gallon hot water heater sitting there. I really don't care how much water you need. You can't beat a tankless. Okay, see you on the next one.